Okay, so I will take you on another journey. You've made some interesting comments with regards to things you're noticing about your hands. So it's like you're starting to think about this stuff. And noticing is a huge part of improving, right? And so you're starting to notice, oh, you know, I'm sure his fingers, like I, in the right, I don't wrap it underneath. In the left, I didn't want to wrap it underneath. It's like, that's really, and I keep wanting to pull the stick up really. It's like, yeah, Steve. So you see, that's how you defeat this supposed nemesis, right? Is that singular or plural? And so, and we all have them, right? So there are different ways to discuss this technique. And then what you have out there is you've got Murray Spivak teaching Louis Belson, and that becomes a thing. And I studied with Murray and out of his office Wally Snow as well. And then you have Dick Wilson's approach. Now I've been refining my knowledge, refining my overview with regards to technique. And so I'm learning that Spivak was actually very different than what Dick Wilson was doing. There are many aspects that are very much the same, but there are certain aspects that I'm learning are very different, right? And so it's funny that you're mentioning the first finger in the left, because that's one of the major differences with regard, I believe, right? We don't, I wish I could pull out the Ouija board and communicate, but they're not here anymore, right? And so this idea of the squeeze and release is something we've been talking about, right? It's a big part of the technique. But I'm learning that Murray's concept of squeeze and release was different than Richard Wilson's idea of squeeze and release, which is why, even though Richard would use those words, he would often refer to the squeeze as a pull. And I believe that was because Murray's students, the squeeze and release, involved to some extent the first finger and thumb. So Murray was okay with releasing, and the first finger begins to point. And you can see some of Murray's students play with more of a pointed first finger. These are the subtleties of, you know, what we're doing, right? I mean, who cares? Well, it makes it, I care. And so should you. You're thinking about your first finger, so it's a perfect segue. Okay? Dick Wilson's technique was different in that the first finger and thumb for Dick Wilson he'd use the words firm, comfortable, and constant. I hesitate to use the word firm because what is firm? Firm to one person isn't firm to another, right? But they're comfortable and constant. They're constant. They don't squeeze and release. The rest of the hand, because we know that if you do this, just go ahead and do this, we'll right? Just let your arm hang by your side and go into that pronated position, right? See, the whole hand opens up, including the thumb and first finger, right? But Dick wouldn't allow that first finger and thumb to participate in the hand opening up via the pronation, right? And then we supinate and it comes back. Okay, so first, I'll hip you to another way of thinking of the grip, okay? And this is Jack Verga, right? And I find it works really well. It just eliminates a bunch of potential confusion. And as well, I think it makes the fulcrum more narrow. And so you're in a beautiful, yeah, You look really good. This is, it took you for a long time. Well, no, it's just nothing. Right. And then the idea is you just, not the thumb and first finger, just the fingers, not the thumb isn't considered a finger, even though Murray would count it as finger 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Dick wouldn't do that. So the thumb and so the fingers, you just snuggle them up together. No, I didn't say to follow my instructions now. You just snuggle them up together. No, you don't close them or anything. They're just apart, and you bring them together. Like that. Now you can supinate, and the thumb comes in and touches against the first finger. Now, why is your first finger pointed? I wonder why. Let's try again. Not too bad, though. Let's do it again. You're going to touch the fingers. They're nice and cozy. And then the whole hand, as you supinate, closes. And the thumb, like that. Then you see how your fingers are together? Right? That's it. You put the stick in your hand. Like that. Boom. And you keep the fingers touching. Nice and cozy. Right? Now we don't have to worry about baby fingers sticking out or anything. Whether the fourth and fifth are touching the stick or not. As you get going, you really do recognize that the whole thing is really happening up here in the 3-finger grip area. But this is a really hip way, I believe, to just get the grip. All right, we have that. And Dick Wilson would talk about that. He says the fingers don't come apart when you're playing. And I've mentioned this once, so it's already out there. But Dick would say, when you get up from your drum stool, Steve, do the cheeks of your rear end fly apart? No, they don't fly. That was his analogy. It's a little crude, but I think a lot funny. And so your fingers stay together, not tight or weird, because all of the tendons, everything finger related, I have a photograph. I'll send it to you. I'll have a cool photograph of the inner workings of the hand, all labeled, and it's really interesting. But the tendons all run up through the wrist. And so you can't have any tightness or it'll affect your ability to turn your wrist. Now we're talking about the wrist turn again. So you don't want the fingers all weird or tight because then your wrist doesn't want to turn. See, that's why it turns, if you just leave everything alone and let the fingers open and close, that really gives you a feeling of naturalness, right? Now we're bringing the fingers together, coming up and holding the stick, and we don't want any tension in the fingers other than what it takes to just hold a stick. Yeah, so we have that. Now this other thing that is very important, I believe, because as we go to make a throw, Dick Wilson would say it over and over. If you go to make a throw, right, and you want the energy to run out, right? We want the energy to run this way as an extension of the forearm. We don't hold the stick like this and try to. If you really make a throw, the stick wants to head out, like a whip. The whip doesn't have a knot in it, right? It just runs smoothly, freely outward, away from the force you've created by creating that whipping motion, okay? So the angle isn't this. Let's do this. So the angle, go ahead and join me if you would, just stand up. So we have this cool grip, right? Where we brought the fingers together and then we supinate and we have that grip. But even with the correct grip, if we really, you see, the sticks kind of naturally want to almost touch, don't they? Seems like a very natural position. Dick wanted you to hold this position. So you're going to have to get that stick aligned more with your forearm, which means you're going to have to create a new position by rotating the wrist outward. Not this way, this way. Can you do it? Well, I can't see you. Back up just a little. Okay. Now, both sticks, they're almost touching, right? And you can see the back of you can see the top of my hand, not half turned over. Now I'm asking you to be palm down, so I can see the top of your hand. This part of your hand, right? This part? Well, you're like this. Yeah, I want to see this. Don't hold your arm tight. Like that, right? Now, see, you've created quite a V here, haven't you? There's a certain angle relative from one stick to the other. I want you to just rotate and spread the tips like that. That's it. You come back and sit down, and that's the angle we're looking for, okay? Really simple, like that. You have to maintain that. And it does feel less natural than just letting the sticks do this, you know? But every instrument has its idiosyncrasies, right? Maybe to some people holding a violin down here. Remember how they used to play? All in one direction. And then at some point, they got the idea that you could make tones going in both directions. They call it a long tone, right? And so, is this comfortable? I don't know. This feels more comfortable to me, but this is the way to play an instrument to a Paganini virtuoso level. So there's certain things that we do that are built in via a tradition. Great minds coming together, focusing on what it is that's happening. And there's a reason that Dick and Murray are so revered when it comes to snare drum technique. Okay, yeah. So we're thinking about the grip like that. Okay. And the first finger and thumb are comfortable and constant. It's not that big a deal. And how does that work? Well, we're going to bring the fingers together. They're all snuggled up, nice and cozy. Then we supinate, and that's how much my first finger's bent. You see, if it's under the stick, it means I'm doing something with it. If I just left it alone, bring these fingers together, turn upward, then the fingers look a certain way, and that's your first finger. And it's running, the first finger sends energy across to the thumb, or vice versa, the thumb to the first finger, and that doesn't change. The fingers underneath might change very subtly. It's very subtle, but not here, okay? So you weren't even thinking about that in your right, which you think works so great, but now you have more knowledge. Okay, looks pretty good. Now, with that said, first let's just take a look at this, at this squeeze and release, because we've been talking about it, okay? And there seems to be areas of conjecture. I think there's a simpler way to approach this throw, or I'm learning that I believe, and I think Dick may have called it a throw. Murray would call it a throw. This idea that he's showing Louis, where you make a tap, and then you come up, and the stick starts to come away from the palm right about here. Not quite, and then that's cocking your wrist to here, and then you cock again. Right? And then the middle finger can have thrust and all that stuff.
Well, it's up against the.
Well,
is that okay?
yeah, it's fine. It's right next to the bone there. We haven't even gotten there, but that's a valid, pertinent question. And so, perhaps Murray would call that a throw. When I talk to Dick about what the right hand is doing for that, he'd say it's a hammer and a nail. And in the left, traditional, he'd call it flicking water off of your fingers. Was it Gladstone? Somebody, may have been Gladstone, but I want to be careful, who would have a cup of water on the edge of the drum or the pad, and you would dip your fingertips into the water. And he'd want you to feel flicking water from your fingertips. He also would have apparently put carbon paper on a snare drum, and you'd play, and then he'd remove the carbon paper, and there'd be dots all over the place, just to show you how lacking in accuracy your playing was. Okay, so instead of considering this thing as a Spivak throw, Dick Wilson would think of it as a hammer and a nail. That was his metaphor. But they're just metaphors. This isn't a hammer, and there are no nails, and yet it can be helpful. Okay. See, my arm is right by my side. It might seem like a little thing to you. That's another Gladstone thing. Gladstone would teach that you let your arms hang by your side. That's a big deal. This ain't it. To get the feet, yeah, like more like that. There, no, don't hold it out. Just keep it right there, like that. Now, if we bend forward, it's true that the fingers will open up, right? Now you've got them all snuggled together, and you're not going to change pressure in your first finger and thumb. They don't squeeze in place. So you're going to get that thing that you've already experienced, where you just touch the surface and let the hand open. Right? You bend forward a little. Yeah, keep your arm by your side, or you're not going to feel any. Who knows what's happening? It's got to be right here, and you bend forward. And we're just bending forward, touching the surface, and the stick seems to go down parallel. Go ahead and bend a little more. Not bad. Okay, don't go lifting. You want the butt end flat to the surface. You've gone down parallel. Okay, let your arm relax. Pretty good. Now, instead of thinking Murray and turning to the ceiling, allowing the butt end to come away, allowing the fingers to open, we're not going to do that. Let's try this. So you bend forward, you've released. Don't go lifting your arm. Come on, let the elbow hang. It's a really big deal. So you're bent, you're open. Okay. Now, there's the puppet on a string. I know it's a metaphor, but sometimes metaphors, Vinny argued with me about this, because I had the pleasure of co-authoring 4 technique articles on Spivak and Wilson with Richard Martinez. And we eliminated the idea of metaphors, but Vinny argued vehemently, said, I like metaphors. They really help me. So with that in mind, the idea of a puppet master lifting this up, see, this is a lot different than doing this, right? So we're going to think in terms of bending and releasing with that grip that you've got today. It's really good. And then we're going to lift from the wrist area. Yeah. And what happens? I can see it happening. Well, now where's the butt end? Now we're going to talk about where's the butt end.
It's that, well, it's away from the palm.
It's what?
It's away from the palm.
Well, lift the bead up off the surface.
Now it's into the palm.
Okay, good, because that's what I did. So maybe that's my instructions. Let's start again. Cool. Think about this. Relax your arm. I'm off the surface right now. With that grip, the fingers are snuggled. I've supinated. And now I'm just going to lower the stick and allow the fingers to open as they would with a relaxed arm. Now, where's the butt end relative to the palm?
It's away from the palm.
Right, it is. Now, what I want you to do is, because we're mimicking what would be happening, we've just made a note. Now you're going to start to lift, and the butt end, then the tip is going to come off the drum. There, where's the butt end now?
Against the palm.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Feel all that weight? Feel it. Feel the weight of the stick. Take your other hand. You can get rid of your others. Yeah. See? It's just sitting there, pointing downward. Dick would say, leave the bead down as you go up. Come on up. Give me the gooseneck. My arm isn't out that much. It's just a little. How much would the arm move if the puppet master lifted from here? This would be dead weight. It would move a little. It would move a little. Come on, lift it up. Come on, puppet master. Yeah, now the arm's way away, isn't it? But no, you don't wiggle, right? We're just lifting like a puppet master. There'd be no wiggling. This is dead weight, just hanging, right? And then you could drop it. Go and drop it like that. That's what we're looking for. Okay, you've engaged the arm. It's different. Okay, so we get forward. We start to raise as in the puppet on a string. Butt ends come back to the palm. You've got that weight hanging here. And the butt end will stay on the palm. Because we're just going to let this, once we've lifted to here, it's like we've come up with the foot. And then it just falls. See? Roll up on the ball of your foot. On the ball of your foot. Now just let it fall. Yeah, come on, as high as you can. Roll it right up onto the ball of your foot. You're up here, right? And then it just falls. Well, that's what's going to happen. This is just going to fall. Yeah, not too bad. Now, if you're real loose, and you get the thing going, that's essentially what's happening, I believe, with this approach. So that we touch, butt end comes away, we come up and we just let the thing collapse. It just does this. Look, hammer and a nail. Hammer and a nail. Let's think about it. A hammer and a nail doesn't do this. I just don't think if you're up on a roof hammering roof nails all day long, you're not going to be doing this. I think you'd be doing something more like this. Go ahead. Well, wait. You're at the top of your throw. How would you get a nail into the roof doing this? Oh, you hammer that nail, man. You gotta hammer that nail. Hammer the nail. Hammer the nail. No, the nail, you gotta come down. Almost. Now watch. Yeah, you're starting to get it. You should be down and flat. Take the stick out of your hand for a minute. Let's look at another one. Okay. So the butt end is not leaving the palm until you get to the surface, and I'll tell you about that in a second. Okay. So just with no stick in your hand, just loosey goose. Just do the puppet on a string. Come on up. Yeah, you can. No, get rid of the sticks. Put them down. Yeah. Get everything loose. Shake it out. That was a cool tune, actually. Shake it out, and just come on. Lift this thing up like a puppet master. Lift it up. That'll hurt a little bit. Yeah, lift it. You see? And then if you leave everything loose and don't try to do all this stuff with your wrist, and you just leave it loose, it'll just, well, the wrist will go up, won't it, just a little on its own? Yeah, kind of. So watch. What would happen if you just did this? Yeah. Just do this. Just let it hang on your leg. Open up your hand. Open up your hand. It's coming. Open up your hand, nice and flat. Don't be over here. It's nice and flat on your leg. And just pop it on a string, lift it up, and let it fall. There. See what your wrist is doing? Your wrist is pointing down as your hand is pointing down as the wrist and arm go up. And then on the way down, if you leave everything loose, the wrist goes up. You're flicking it. Flick your wrist. Flick. There it is. See, down. See, you're not doing this. That's what you're doing with a stick. Why would you? Yeah, it just goes down. Just slap your leg by flicking your wrist. There it is. That's really good. That's it. That's it. This is really simple. Okay? So can you put a stick in your hand and get this thing to flick? Can you just get it to flick? No, you have to start down. So that when you go up, no, you don't get to stop. Because now when you fall, you're right, the wrist won't seem to flick. Do we want to get the wrist to flick? I'm using more amount. You have to flick it down. So when we're like that. Now, what I want you to do is disengage your muscles in front of the elbow. Just don't even use, let the arm help to create a flick. Don't be afraid of see, you don't need to do this with the muscles in front doing this. That's not, I don't think that's a flick. I think this is a flick. See? Like that. Yeah, like that. Yeah. You have to start down, and then you go up. In all one smooth motion, you got to get it going and flick the other way. Got to go up, the wrist goes woo, like that. Like that. Or like that. Okay, now watch. It's coming along. Really simple. We're just getting this thing to flick. Okay? Which gives us this beautiful loosey-goose thing. What happens though is when we get to the surface, you see when we go up, the hand is more open, we're holding something. So we touch and we get the beginning of what would be the beginning of the flick. Don't play. Now what would happen if we didn't control the rebound? The stick will bounce up. Can you do that? Just flick. No, you can't go slow. You got to get the thing going. The wrist is just hanging there, like a rag doll. So you got to start here to get the wrist to start to wave down, to fall down, and then before you know it, the whole arm is going the other way, and the wrist goes up and ends up flicking. There you go. Easy. It wouldn't be that hard. No. Wait. You got the idea, but watch. If I'm truly not doing this, then it would be much more gentle. Watch. Wouldn't it be? I'm just, look. Whatever speed I go up is the speed it comes down. It doesn't go, not if I'm really flicking, it couldn't. The only way I can get that volume is coming up higher, because I'm never going to do this. Oh, we can introduce force that way. Right at the end of the motion, right? Here, we can add force. But we're not doing this thing where we're going to add force. We're just getting this relaxed. That's really loud on the drum now. Just this little thing. Look. Fast as I go up, it goes down. The wrist goes up and down at the same speed. The arm is going up and down at the same speed. And that's not going to be very loud. Good, just make a little flick. No, you don't start up here. You got to get the thing to engage. It flops as you lift. It flops. Like, yeah, but why so hard? It would go down easy. You don't get, no, it would just go down easy. There you go. Or, yeah, wait, it would just go down. Why are you up bent? No, the wrist would be flat at the bottom. It's what you did. Look, when you hit your leg, it was flat at the end. Why do you put a stick in your hand and that goes, it just goes like that? Flat, down at the bottom. Why does it lift at the end? It just stops down. You get it though. There you go. Okay. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. The beat isn't going to come up very high unless you turn your wrist this way. And we're not doing, no. We stop down and we're back to our floor. Let your arm hang. Elbow. Okay, you getting it? Yeah. You're just going to make that little flick. And this time I want you to make a flick and let the stick bounce up. If you can do that. Can't you let the stick bounce up? No, we're going to let the stick bounce up. Oh, you can't? Okay, just do this. Just turn your, now we are turning the wrist. This isn't a flick. Come on, just bring your hand up here. Throw it down and let it bounce up and let your fingers open up. No, let your fingers open up. There! That's what the stick wants to do. It again. Yeah, it flies around, but let it come straight up. Wouldn't it come up like that? Yeah. Yeah, like if you did that. Now with your other hand, just do this. Come on, just hold the stick. You've got to be flat. We will start flat. Come on, get down here. Get down. Yeah, now just throw the stick up. No, throw it up and let your fingers open to accommodate it. No, you don't get to turn. You're just going to throw the stick up. No, with your other hand. There. That's what it feels like when you bang on the surface and you let your hand open up. It would do that. Do that. So what we do, so watch. We can turn and let it bounce up like that. Try it. Come on, let it bounce up with your finger. Almost. You don't have to play hard. Look how easy. I don't have to play hard to get that to happen. There you kind of. Let your fingers open. Turning up and following the stick up. I can keep my wrist flat. If I let my fingers open, I turn, I keep my wrist flat, and the stick will bounce up. Try it. Like that. No, you don't have to turn up. Watch. My wrist is flat. Get this position. No, just get this position. Take your other hand, lift your stick up. Are you flat here? Yeah, you are. Why can't the stick just do that when you get to the surface? It would just do that. So we're going to start by having the wrist turn up. No, we're going to start by actually turning your wrist up. And then when you get to the ground, you're just going to open your fingers up and let it bounce. Like that. You got it. See, you're flat. Like that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do that little flick that I'm showing you and let the stick bounce up. No, the little flick now. The little flick. There! You did it. Do it again. That gentle little flick. Don't start up here. You need to be down here so to get the thing started. When you go to whip a whip, you get it going. The end of the whip would fall, wouldn't it? You have to let the mechanism react. Almost, yeah. That's it. Make a little flick. No, you got to make a little flick. Let it bounce up. There it is. Now, that's what would happen if we allowed the stick in contact with the surface, and therefore, and would experience an equal or opposite reaction. Right? It's just another equation, probably Newton. Maybe, not sure. Be careful. Okay, so what we do is we've released. We're making this little flick. The stick is on the butt end is on the palm, and when we get to the surface, it's going to want to bounce up. So that's when we're going to squeeze with a follow through to keep the bead from bouncing up. Very simple. Only time the stick is going to come away from the palm in any substantial way is when it bounces into the surface and we have to squeeze with a follow through. So go ahead and do it. Make a little flick and then squeeze so it doesn't bounce up. Not bad. Not bad. Why is your wrist bent up at the end? Shouldn't the wrist be flat at the end? There you go. That's it. That's with it bouncing.
No, I'm curling my fingers again with the stick.
That's with it bouncing. That's wrong. Now look at your wrist. See it's flat? You're going to flick and come back to that flat place. That's better. And you squeeze. No, you're back to being round at the end. You're only round as you go up. It's flat at the end. You've whipped. You're not whipping. You're there. Find the flatness. not bad. Okay. So you're getting that idea, right? That's what we're going for. So that's this flicking idea. Okay. Now, yeah. And so we start to get squeeze, 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 squeeze. I'm just flicking and squeezing and then releasing. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze. Over and over and over. But you got the idea today. Okay? Now, let's talk about not flicking. So, because they're different. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to take this grip that you got. Fingers come together after you've pronated. Well, let them come apart first for a minute, right? Now cozy them up. Okay. Now supinate, come on up, thumb closes. Yeah, good. I don't have to come up way up, just back to a normal flat position. This always has to be flat. Or this has to be at the floor flat, and then you can feel what it would do if it's not flat. This is your neutral position. Okay, good. So we're just going to hold the stick like that. So we've got this thing where we're feeling the fingers together. It feels like this fulcrum is more narrow when I do that, and I don't let my fingers spread apart. I feel that the fulcrum is smaller when I do this. Okay? Okay. See how flat you are right now? This is very important. Okay. Now, we also learned that if we're just standing up, if we're just hanging out, the most perhaps natural position would be to not have an alignment. But what we're doing is we're rotating. It looks pretty good. We're rotating the wrist this way to create more of an alignment between the stick and the forearm. Okay. Now, just like as fast as you go up, don't play. So here's the flip. It's not about you going up just a little and doing that. It's about getting this mechanism to work so that you start to see that thing that Dick would tell you about all the time, that the elbow does come out a little bit. If you just barely break your wrist and then do all this stuff, and Murray talks about that as well. You know, he was coming from another place, but it wasn't based on hammering a nail or flicking. I don't think. Maybe as it got smaller. Okay, I don't know. So, it looks really good right now, you see? It's starting to become more normal to you. So I know, are your fingers together? Are my fingers together with that thing? Right? Oh yeah. Okay, that's all I need to do. And how's my angle? Am I like this? No, you're not. You've got a little bit, yeah, it takes a little bit of discipline, musical discipline. Don't hold your arm out. Hey, looking good, man. Are your fingers together? Like, just think about them. Are your three fingers together and your thumb and first finger? They're across, sending energy across, and they're not going to change. They're just there. The first finger isn't under the stick. It's a little bit under, a tiny bit. Not doing this. It's just what it would look like if how would it look? See, if I just snuggle my fingers up and supinate or supinate, that's what the finger looks like. It does that. Simple as that. And then we don't change pressure in the thumb and first finger. Okay, looking good. So, just like with the flick, it's about gravity. It's about up to come down. It's about as fast as you go up as fast as you come down, right? So to get more volume, you're going to have to come up faster, or you're going to have to come up higher. One or the other. Okay. So now what we're going to do is, with that grip and this angle, we're just going to concentrate on lifting the stick so that the speed it comes up is the speed it comes down. Don't let go. All you do is hold this grip. Now it's just about, now it is about the muscles in front of the elbow. It's just lifting and falling at the same speed. There, beautiful. Just hold that grip. No, don't fiddle. No, why are you throwing your fingers open? I thought they were together. Keep them together. Yeah, just lift it and let it fall. There, stop. 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 Are your fingers together? They are now. Now lift that up a half an inch. Oh, how about a half an inch? No, you're already up. You have to start down and lift it. It's up to come down, dude. Just like the flick. It's all gravity. Lift it up a half an inch.
Right. With my wrist to do it.
Okay. You come up a half an inch, let it fall half an inch. No, you don't get, that was pretty good. The speed you haven't gone up yet. You have to decide, if I come up this fast, it's going to go down that fast. Don't come down faster than you're going up. You're going up kind of slow, and then would have to come down really slow. You can go up slow like that, let it come down like that. Don't let go of your grip. Just follow the stick. Your arm's starting to stick out. You want to come up slow, I'm fine with that. It's okay. You had really good success with it. Wait. If you can't even just hold the stick in one position, we just need to stop until you get the fingers to come together. This grip, and just wait here. Now, if I go up this fast, it goes down that fast. Up, down. Not bad. No, you don't get to go down, just up, down. And it stops right there at the floor. That was good. Stop. Stop until it settles down. You can do this, right? There. That's all it is. No, you don't get to wait up here. It's like you're tossing the stick up and letting it come down, and your hand just follows it. Now let's try this. Let's try this. Get your grip. Get your grip. Elbow sticking out. Why? Let it hang here. Good. Now come up this high and let it fall. Wait. Not bad. Try to get the bottom of the beat. Okay, so the speed that it goes up, no, yeah, it'll come down that fast. That was good too. Nothing happens. It's almost like you're playing air drums. Don't play air drums. Don't even touch. Just keep that. That's all that's happening. That's it. And then it waits. No, you don't get to wait up top. It's got to be smooth as silk. The speed that you lift it up is the speed of it. Don't even play, just air drum. But you did an air drum. It's perfect. You got it. No, you don't get to wait. You have to go up and follow it down at the speed. You got another good one. Wait. Dude, do that and you're right. You were successful. You're successful. And it kind of never leaves the butt. The butt end never leaves the palm. No, your arm's sticking out. Come on, relax your arm, man. Now, how fast are your fingers together? And don't let it bounce at the end. Why would it bounce? Right now, just for a little wrist turn. There. It just should just kind of stop dead. It just, for me, it just stops. Don't let it bounce up. Just hold it. Do it in the air. Do it in the air. No, you came down fast. Why is your baby finger sticking out? I thought your fingers were together. Why are you going so? Do it again. There's a good one. See? You got it. Wait, and there's a hit. Don't now play one in the air. Play one in the air. Don't be all bent. Be nice and flat. Start flat and flat. There. Don't go throwing your hand open. Just turn. There, you got one. See, speed up is speed down. Do it again. There it is. See, it doesn't bounce around. Just make contact. There. All right. That's it. So would it be, that's it. But you're gonna have to concentrate on this stuff. You had to concentrate on it in your right as well. You know, Mr. Perfect, Mr. Right. Took a minute. Okay, so what would happen if we were like at 60? Now what we have to do, all we have to do is get our grip, get our angle, and recognize that the speed we turn up is the speed we come down. And when it stops, it just stops. We don't have to recover. Any recovery at the end means how are you going to turn that into a rebound if you're busy recovering? So the gig with a wrist turn single, is to not feel like you have to recover. It just stops. Right? So now get the other hand together. So we're going to avoid any need to recover. Right? As soon as we, your camera moved. You're out of frame a little bit. There you go. Just move to your left a little, or camera to the right. Too much, right? And about there. Okay. Yeah. Oh, come on, it's got to be flat. That's it, Steve. I mean, it's kind of the whole thing is really just learning that. And then you're just going to turn, and the speed you go up will be the speed you come down, and when you land, it'll just end, and there'll be no recovery. Oh, a little funky recovery, you did something. You did a little something, you know it too, but it wasn't too bad. Just do another little tap. Boom, no recovery. Perfect, perfect. I'm gonna yell at to the top of the mountain, or from the top of the mountain. That's it. A little recovery, you did something in your hand. Just keep your fingers together like I showed you, snuggled, relax your arm. There, that's it. You did a tiny bit. Don't do anything in your hand, just turn your wrist. You've already got the grip. Relax your arm. There you go. Okay, so let's put the hands together. What would it look like at 60? You know, what is that? Okay, so I'm doing my systems check. Okay, I'm thinking about, are my fingers snuggled up together? Do I have that thing? Do I have the correct angle? And once I come to terms with that part of the technique, see, I'm concentrating on it. Okay, feels like the stick might be kind of an extension of the form. And now I know that if so it's, now I'm concentrating on all that stuff. There, it starts to go. See? No recovery, just stops. No, almost. Now stop. Stop. You've got to be meticulous about this, Steve, because you got it today. Your arm is out by your side. Your right is always out. You've got no grip in look at your right grip. It's terrible. Relatively speaking. No, you're over here doing this. It's your right. It's your right that's not happening. No, look at your right. Look down at it. Look. Why do you look like this? I can't even. How are you getting doing that? What, you're over there, you're right. Stop. Just stop. So that's the problem. You're not even playing. Is your arm relaxed in the left? Is it relaxed? Good. Now, are your fingers together? Are they? How come it's wiggling now and it wasn't before? Okay, stop. Let your arm hang by your side. No stick, take the stick out. Bring it up. A little pronated. So the fingers should be a little, snuggle your fingers together. Come on, snuggle them together just a little, not that. Don't go changing your wrist, just snuggle your fingers while you're prone. There you go. Now you're gonna supinate and the thumb's gonna, there you go, you're not wiggling. Now slide the stick in. You're not wiggling. So you lose that feeling. Get down a little closer to the surface. That's it. No, you're starting to change stuff. This isn't good enough for you, huh? You're just not going to accept it. There, kind of. Now do that in the other hand, but just put the stick in your hand. Well, because what are you doing so that it would, if you're just here, why would anything change? Go to your right now. Come on, the right, focus on the right. Focus on the right. Focus. All right. There it is. It's settled down now. Now go tap, 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 tap. Fast as you go up is the fastest you go down. Come on. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Now what we're going to do is just focus on the left. Okay? So we have to bring the hand up. Bring the hand up. Sure. Snuggle your fingers. Supinate. Not shaking. Now, if you were holding this, come on, get down closer to the surface. No, don't be down here. Come on, as though you were here. Relax your elbow. Your elbow's sticking. There. You're nice and flat. Now, as fast as you go up, come down. No, you went down too far. You're only going to come back to here. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. That's all that's happening. If you put a pencil in your hand, the pencil would be going up and down, and you wouldn't even know you were holding it. Do you have a pencil there?
I can grab one real quick.
Yeah, go and grab one. I think I have a pen here somewhere. Maybe right here. Aha. Free advertisement for Newsome. For Pro Drums. There. Shout out to Stan and Jerry. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. You get the sticks out of your other hand because some part of your mind and body is focused on something happening over here. So put them down on the surface right now. Yeah. So get them out of the light for a second. Okay. Now, take the pen out of your hand. I'm sorry. Keep it in your other hand. Bad instruction. Okay, is your arm right here? Okay, now just pronate. Pronate. Everything's out. Now close the fingers like I showed you. Really good. Now supinate and let the thumb touch. Don't be up too high. You're going to need to be, but just like that, you're nice and flat. That's it. I put the pen in your hand. Oh, will this work? For me, if I don't put the pen far enough in my hand, if I try to put the pen here, it'll fall. It won't. It's not long enough to bump into my palm. Won't the pen fall out if it's not bumped? If it's not bumped into my palm, and I move it this way, it'll just fall. So I'm not squeezing up here. It's just my hand's closed. So go ahead and put the pen with this grip so that it's touching your palm. Is it?
Yeah.
But yeah, good. Now, if I slide the stick to here, it'll just fall. It's not, you're holding it too tight. The stick would just fall. Come on, slide it out. So it comes off the palm, it's just gonna fall forward. No, not that way. It'll fall forward. Right, the only thing holding up is because it's on the palm, you're that loose. The only thing holding it up is the fact that part of that pen is on your palm. If you can do this without it on your palm, you're too tight right now. Put those sticks on the table next to you. Don't you have a table? Yeah. So once again, if with this, it seems, I'm making this stuff up, but if I notice that if I just hold my hand and I put the stick in just as much, I can't hold it. It'll just fall. Why isn't yours falling? See, you shouldn't be holding that tight. You must be squeezing up here. It should just fall. Pull it forward a little. It should just fall. Yeah, like that. Now push it in so that part of it is touching your palm, and now it doesn't fall. Pull it out, don't get it tighter, it should fall. Right about there, it'll feel like that. That's it. The only thing holding it up is the palm. You're real loose, you're not pinching it up here. You can't hold it. You need part of it to be countervailed against the palm, or it'll just fall. You haven't felt that before. Okay. So now, put it all the way in so that part of it is on the palm. So you can just be real relaxed with this grip so that the stick wouldn't be able to, couldn't hold it. So relaxed. But now that it's on the palm, part of it's on the palm, I can just do that. Yeah, now just go up and down at one speed. Don't go down too far. That would be where the floor is. You have to come up and come back to that. Don't start pointing your first finger. Why? Straight up and down. As fast as you go up, as fast as you come down. That's all it is. If you move this close enough, you can make a little tap. That's all it is. That's all it is. Keep doing it. It's beautiful. Straight up and down. It's as though you're not holding a pen. Now, while you're doing that, slide the pen out. Keep doing that. Keep doing this. No, keep doing this, and then just slide the pen out and keep doing it. Now slide, well, you wouldn't be able to hold it like that. You're doing something wrong. I can't do this. I'd have to hold it here too tight. I want it to be really loose. Soon, it won't stay in there. Yeah, like that. So slide it in, so it's part of it's resting on their palm, so you don't have to go pinching. There. Okay, make a couple taps, just on the edge of the pad. No, don't go, there it is. That's the floor. That's the surface. Keep doing it. You're getting it. Okay, now just slide the pen out of your hand. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Slide it out. Take it out. What are you doing? There it is. There. See, that's all it is. Same speed you go up is the same speed you go down. This wrist is straight, so it's going to go straight. Slide the pen back in. Slide the pen back in. All the way in, so you don't have to pinch. Go on, make some taps. There you go. You got it. That's. You're not shaking at all. Why aren't you shaking now, Steve? Is this tuning stick so heavy it makes you shake? Maybe because you're pinching. So you got it. Keep doing it. It's beautiful, man. Now go faster. Go faster up and it'll go faster down. There you go. Go faster, straight up and down. Don't go sideways and make a circle. Don't go too far down, just hold, just turn your wrist. And kind of like that. Go faster. Straight. No, you move sideways. Huh? There it is. There it is. Faster. Go faster. Go sideways, just up and down. It's not a fish. It's tiny. You got it. Right there. Right there. You got it. Come on, don't go sideways. You got it. You got it. You got it. Look, 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 look. No, 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 not sideways. It's straight up and down. Now you're going sideways now. You're gonna, what are you carving something out here? There it is. There it is. It's starting to happen. I don't know what would be tight, Steve. Steve, it's just sitting. You're not holding, pinching, and doing anything. So this can't be tight. Is it that you're not, and how on earth could this get tight? This is a hinge. No, go straight. You're kind of going sideways. Go slowly again. Not bad. No, come on. Go slowly now. Slow, slow, slower. Don't use your arm. Just a tiny up to come down. Yeah, you got it. See, it's going straight up and down now. Okay, now let's try this. Take the stick, once again. Go ahead. I think this is kind of how you've been playing. Hold the stick right at the butt end. Right at the butt end. All you get are your 3 fingers. Can you do that? Middle finger's right at the end of the stick. No, middle finger's at the end of the stick. Show it to me. I can't see it. Get your other fingers off so I can see it. I can't see it. You got to show it to me. No, this middle finger's right on the butt end. I still see. No, come on. No, you don't see any of the butt end, do you? It's right at the butt end. Middle finger at the butt end. Take your other fingers away so I can see it. There you go. Now, that's kind of how you've been, that's you holding the pen without it resting on your palm, and you got to squeeze so tight here. That's not what we're doing. Go and do that. Go ahead and do that. No, just wiggle it. It's real heavy. That's cool that you, oh, that's hard. I've got to squeeze the hell out of it to do that. Just barely move it right here. Why so much? Can you move it just a half an inch? Less. You're out of frame. Move to your right. Move to the right. There. You have to really squeeze. Get your other fingers off. You gotta squeeze the heck out of it, don't you, to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So to not squeeze, oh, now this would make sense. But you're not bothered at all. You're squeezing the hell out of it. Not bothered at all. I tell you to do nothing and you go, oh, why? It doesn't make sense. So now we're going to slide the stick into the hand. All the way to the middle. Right to here. If I go back, oh look. Come on, go further back. Slide the stick further back. Come on, slide the stick further back. Further back. What's going to happen? How are you doing that? Boy, you're holding that stick tight. If I have a really relaxed grip, can you see me? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay, if I slide the stick this way, it'll just fall out of my hand, man. Yeah, it would just fall out. Too much weight back there. Yeah, it starts to do that. Come on, slide it further back. Let it fall out. Yeah. It just wants to. Yeah. Right. Now you're relaxed. Now you're relaxing your hand. Slide it in. Hold it in the middle, and it won't fall out that way. If you slide it all the way to the end, then you have to pinch like hell. Right in the middle for a minute, just to get your hand flat, nice and flat. Slide the stick for a little further back. A little further back. Come on, slide it back. Just before it wants to start to fall that way. There you go. See? That feels like you're kind of holding the pen, doesn't it? All you're going to do is up to come down. Got to come up a little to come down. No, you got to come up to come down. You don't wait at the top. It just comes up and down. There. Don't get all weird. You're coming up higher now. I don't know why. You're just holding a little pen. There you go. You got it. You're starting to pinch or do something. Either got this thing going, or you got this thing going. What's happening? It just sits here. Take the stick out of your hand. Take the stick, keep it here. Keep it here. No, no stick. Just keep your hand in position. Not bent, like you went up, flat. Okay, now just make a little motion. There, do it again. Slide the stick into your hand. You don't even know you're holding a stick. It just feels like you're not even holding the stick. I can barely feel the stick. Now, hey, just turn your wrist like you don't hold the stick. There, you got it again. You're not shaking. Why so high? Just turn your wrist like there's no stick in it. Good. Take the stick out. Turn your wrist like there's no stick in it, because there isn't. Put the stick in. Nothing's going to change. You're just going to turn your wrist. No. When you didn't have a stick, you only moved about, I don't know, half an inch. Take the stick. You're getting it, though. Take the stick out. You got it, Steve. Come up half an inch and down a half an inch. Don't be all bent. Be low, close to the surface. I don't know what you're doing now. Now you got this thing going. Okay, let your hand open up. Let it open. Bring your fingers together. You're on your, I don't know what you're doing right now. Okay, now supinate. Good. See, your thumb isn't doing anything weird. Now just make a half an inch up and down. Slowly. You don't have to, see, you can go fast. Up. You don't start, you don't know how fast you're going up unless you come to a stop. Then you start again. Decide how fast you're going to come up. There. Put the stick in your hand. Slide it in. Don't change your thumb. Don't change anything. It'll feel just like it did just now. Go up a half an inch. And then come down. Come on, don't wait in there. Do what you just did with no stick, man. No, in the air. You're moving way more than a half an inch, but you got it. Take the stick out. Is that with the thumb and first finger? Wouldn't they be touching almost now? Why are you bent forward? I thought you were flat. Good. Now make that little turn. So, don't just one turn. You know, you should be down at the grip. Flat. Flat. Okay. Now, you're just going to go up, down, stop. Stop. Where do you stop? You don't start there. You just go up, down, and wait. Up, down. Say up, down. Stop. Do it again. Good. Don't start doing something weird with your hand. Up. Do it again. Good. Now put the stick in your hand. Don't move that hand. Just slide it in. Slide it in. Yeah, fair, fine. Just go up, down. Just up, down. Don't move more. Don't be bent forward now. What happened to the flatness? There you go. Get flat. Come on, flatten this out. Like you did with no stick. Go ahead, like you don't have a stick in your hand. Up, down. Just a little. There it is. Do it again. Don't move that much. Go for it. You're moving more than you need, less up on the way up. There it is. Now slide the stick out of your hand and do that. It'll be the same. There you go. Put the stick back in your hand. That's what it is. Take the stick out of your hand. Yeah, don't do anything. Just leave it alone. Do it again. Nice and flat. Stay flat at the end. You're flat. Okay. Do it again. Up, down. Okay, now put the stick in your hand. Don't change anything. Okay. There. Just now on the way down, just be in a position so it might touch. Come on, lower the stick closer to the surface. You're not flat. You got to be flat, down close. Now go up, down. No, you got to go up, down. No, you didn't go up, down. Now you can. There it is. Stop. Do it again. You moved up too high. What are you doing? Take the stick out of your hand. Keep your hand. Don't move your hand. Keep it here. Take it out. Be flat. Be flat. Stop bent forward. Be flat. There. Now just go up, down. Now put the stick. Don't move your hand. Just put the other stick in. Go ahead and do that in the air. Up, down. There. That's it. That's all it is. You're not shaking or anything.
Actually, it still hasn't been.
Say up, down, and just happen to make contact with it. Yeah, just go up, down, like that. You're not making a note.
Okay.
You know, you're moving real far. You only moved a quarter. There it is. You got it. Up, down.
Okay.
There. That's what it is. That's what it is. No shaking, nothing. That's what it'll look like. It'll go, you got it today. It's just up, down, up, down. It just happened to have a surface. See, if I'm too high, it won't work. Up, down, I'll be in the air. I have to get down nice and close so that when I do that, I actually bump into the surface. Up, down, up, down. Right? That's what we were going for. We were at 60, but I'm just going to have you do that. That's a cure for you. So you see, like at I don't know, if it was at 100, what would happen? This is where I'm trying to get you somewhere here. So I'm going through my check. Can you see it? Up, down. Yeah, see? I gotta get it too. Just focus on that. Now, there. See? Just stops. Then I start to feel that little bend. Then I can start. There's. And I start to get this squeeze and release. If I want more volume, I have to come up more for it to be louder. But we're really just looking for this little thing so that it stops every time right at surface. Can you do that with no stick in your hand? Can you do that with no stick in your hand at 60? What will that look like? That doesn't look right at all. No. You have to bring your fingers together. You have to bring your fingers together. First, let them pronate. Let your arms hang by your side. Okay? Come on up. Let's let everything hang. Why are your fingers together? We didn't bring them together yet. There you go. Now bring them together. Snuggle them up. Now supinate. Thumb will come in. There. You got it. Get down nice and low. So if you were to, there you go. Nice and flat. Stay there. So down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, keep going. You got it. There. Okay, now play eighth notes. That's quarter notes. Don't change anything. It's just you're just gonna. That's it. Don't change your grip. Don't start bending forward. It's just right here. As fast as you go up is as fast as you go down. Okay, now play 16th notes. Don't move more. There you go. Look. That's all you're doing, man. You could have a pen in your hand. You could be holding the stick somewhere in the middle, right? That's all you're doing. waiting for the whole thing to really see. That's all I'm doing. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, out. Okay, you're going to practice with no sticks in your hand. Okay, then when you're ready, 60 quarter notes, eighth notes, and 16th notes. It's starting to get fast. It's getting up there. Now that'd be like that'd be doubles at 120. Okay. It's going to take a little more patience, but you felt it. No shaking. No stuff underneath. No pinching so that when you went to hold the pen, you were able to hold it here. Not me. If I'm really just letting this stick hang here, and I do that, it'll just fall. Because it's not long enough. And same with the stick, right? As soon as the butt end isn't countervailing via the palm, it just falls out. See, you're holding the stick tighter than you need. But you got a wrist turn today. You got that flick. You're starting to get the idea of the speed you go up is the speed you come down. And it's, Dick talks about that. It's in big bold letters in his Modern Drummer article, right? The theory of, what is it? He talks about Galileo and Newton, the theory of mass. I'll have to read it again. And he talks about, and the acceleration of gravity, right? So he's thinking about gravity, and it's in big bold letters. So think about gravity and do less than you think. Just follow this course of action. Looking good. I'm turning off the camera.